Welcome back to Whitt Acres. My replacement flock is getting big and they need some more space. So over here next to the shed, I have some boards here that we used to use as panels to cover up the patio and enclose it for the winter, but we don't use that method anymore. So all this is saved scrap wood. And I think if I cut these pieces right, I can make a chicken tractor out of them. Alright, so now we have some parts and pieces here. We have the main structure that I'm going to be using as the top of it. And then we have a piece that was long enough to be a bottom leg on both ends. So we have the long sides. And then I have 3 boards there that I can cut to equal lengths so I can make the risers to separate the 2 heights, bottom and top. So my brother was going to toss this whenever we cleaned out the trailer, but when I saw it, I saw a bunch of ripped 2x4s and figured that was going to be perfect for a chicken tractor if I could figure out how to put it all together. And we're going to do that today. And a beautiful day it is, sunshine and 80, so it's a perfect day to be outside. And I'm still hoping those pigs show up today. Well, this is how far I am right now. I have the legs on the sides and they're ready to be attached. I just don't have the screws and fasteners that I need to attach these yet. So I have the top sitting right on top of the bottom. So I made some good progress with this. I do have to stop at the store and grab some smaller screws. Everything I have is too big and it's actually starting to split some of the corners. This is really old wood and it's dry, so I want to get some smaller screws to try and attach it a little bit more secure. I am gluing and screwing this as I go, trying to make it as secure as I can, and I'm using some metal angle brackets to try and tighten up all the corners. So this should be light enough that I don't have to add wheels to this, but I'll make that determination whenever I get it finished and see if it's going to be light enough just to drag as is. I still have a few pieces of wood left over I can use as supports, and I did have to cut another 2x4 that we used as a concrete framer. So it's an older board and it wasn't going to be used for anything nice. So this is going to work out perfect for my extra bottom board I needed. And then I ripped it in half to make 2 for the back and the front. So I'm just trying to use up all the materials that I have available. But the sun's going down, so I'm going to get some things cleaned up here. And I'm still hoping the pigs show up tonight. Pigs are here. Puppy! Pigs are here. Yo, piggies. Yo, piggies. Howdy, pup. Out. Echo. Out. Out. Come on. Little one. It's just like picking up a little girl. It's all open. Go ahead. Watch your head though. Alright. Hey little pigs. I'll get you something to eat. We got new animals on the homestead, goats. We got chickens, we got something new. You don't care, Mumbles? Okay. Now Pop, you care. I see it. See these pigs. Hi little pigs. Yeah, you're still little pigs, even though you came late. You're still little pigs. So I'm not sure what kind of breed they actually are. They're probably a Yorkshire mix, so they're going to be a meat breed and they're going to grow quick. So they're little pigs for now, but they're going to get bigger. I'm going to let them get settled in before I go in and try and meet them or pet them or anything. See if they're boys or girls. I don't even know that yet. So I'm going to get some food in their bowl. They're going to find their water eventually, and I'm going to let them get settled in. But we got pigs, finally. So I'm feeling like the homestead's pretty full right now. We have our goats, we have our chickens, we have our ducks, our goose, and now we have our pigs back on the homestead. So we're pretty filled up here. We also have the chicks in the brooder and the meat chickens out in the chicken tractor. Those ones in the brooder are gonna have to get moved out. That's why I'm trying to get that new chicken tractor made. And there's more baby chicks coming next month, so we're gonna have to get that brooder opened up. It's 8 o'clock now, so all the chickens are starting to come inside and they were gonna wanna go to bed, but the pigs just got here, so I don't really want to close the barn up yet. It's okay, pigs. I know. It's all new for you. It's all new, pigs, huh? Huh, goats? You just chewing your cud? You little happy goats. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Got some food for you. I don't know if they're big enough to even get in that bowl. But they'll find their way in, I'm sure. We'll see you tomorrow, piggies. I've been making some progress on this. I almost have the full framework done as the box, and I went to the store today. I picked up some screws, but I also picked up this 1 inch by 2 inch welded wire fence, and that's what I'm going to wrap the main structure with, and then the rest of it will probably be covered with metal. So we're going to see how that worked. I had to actually shave my legs down to 36 inches so I could have the whole square 36 inches tall to make that a lot easier to wrap right around and fit. I upgraded Squat's chicken tractor to the old day pen that we had for the ducks and the chickens, so he's out here with a lot more space. Got a little shade cover. He's got everything he needs, and he's been exercising a little bit more out here that he can flap around and move a little bit more. Still not a big walker though. Squat's really not going to go with the rest of the flock. He's never going to catch up to how they are. They're actually probably twice his size now that they've been getting out on the pasture and exercise. He's just going to get special treatment his whole life, and he'll still be able to be out on grass in the sun enjoying the pasture, but he won't have to compete for food like the rest of them. Hey chickens, goats, what are you doing? What are you doing, Poppy? Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. Coming in, chickens. Coming in, little pigs. Yeah, Poppy, we got pigs. Hi, little pigs. You find your feed bowl? Yeah, you did. It looks like you knocked it over, huh? All right, chickens. I hear you, girls. I hear you. Hey, ladies. Get in there and scratch it up. I want to plant a garden. Goats! What do you see, bud? Little piggies. Little pig snouts. Okay, goats, you want your daily rations? You want your rations, guys? There you go. Yeah, you gotta get out of the bowl. I'm not gonna hand feed you right now. No, little goat, I'm not hand feeding right now. You guys need some oyster shell? Just have so many different feed bags going on. You get a scoop here for the little piggies. Coming in, pigs. Puppy. Puppy. Out. Hey. Come here. Hey. Out. Let me spend time with the pig. Hey. Out. You can sniff in here a little bit later. Pigs. Hi. Got your bowls here. You ate some of it, and you had your milk too. Fill that back up. This big bowl might be too big for you just yet. I'll just leave you with the little bowl, pigs, okay? There you go, pup. Sniff it up. Want anything, guys? You want to warm up to me a little bit? I'm the one that's going to be feeding you. Yeah, you don't have to warm up to him. Shh. People don't like it when you whine, puppy. So one little pig got spots on him and the other one looks pretty bare. I usually only see these sides of these pigs. I haven't seen the other side too much yet because they're always up against the wall. No, little pigs. It's okay. I know. I'm a new person. I have food, little pigs. No, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I see. I'm not gonna scare you too much. Still good on water. Not big enough to spill that yet. You will be. So they're still a little skittish and it's going to take some time for them to warm up to me, but I'm going to be spending some time with them so that they're nice pigs and they're not going to be a hassle whenever I go in there to change out their water, food, and bedding. I want them to be nice pigs, not trying to attack me or anything. So, Puppy, you chasing birds out? If you got any good names for the piglets, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. If there's any good ones, I might pick them. We have these nice brand new white walls, and they already started their scoring system. They're 2 rows up. And the last thing we need to do is take some food out to the meat chickens. I'm gonna shut the gate to the barn so the ducks don't come in and mess with all my water. Chickens, we're not actually letting you out, chickens. You don't have to follow me. Puppy, you can come. Gina, Regina, chicken, Spot, get back in there. Thank you, ladies. Coming through, Mumbles. Good boy. It's a long walk out to the end of the pasture with the chicken tractor way out here. I feed the chickens 3 times a day, morning, after work, and night, so I have to walk out here 3 times. I only bring the water out at night because they don't go through it all through in one day, but they do soil it, so I have to change it every day. Hey chickens, yeah, you're getting big, probably twice the size of Squat. Coming in. Back in there, chicken. Silly chicken. I do have the 2 waters in the back, and they do soil those every day, so I was wondering if I put some perching bars, some roosting bars there on the side, maybe it would keep them from sitting on the flat surface of the water and soiling it so quickly. Usually you would put a perch for the egg chickens and not the meat chickens because they kind of get big, but these chickens seem to be wanting to perch. The white Cornish cross that I raised last year, they would sit on the ground a lot more and not try and go up. But these chickens seem to be sitting on the 2x4s and the 45 2x4s that I have in there, so they might actually want to perch more than the other ones did. You pooping, buddy? You go ahead. You look good with that Dame's rocket behind you. My next big project, like I don't have enough projects going on already, but it's going to be this bubble out here. I'm going to frame it out and actually put a fence up. I don't want the neighborhood dogs coming through and jumping over the fence. Me and Echo can just get right over it, so I know everything else can. They can actually just knock it down too. It's not put in the ground very securely. All it is to keep the birds in. It does a good job at keeping the birds in. None of them ever try to leave, but excuse me, ducks, trying to talk here. But it would help a lot with reducing my stress if I could secure this fence up and have a nice safe pasture for the birds to come out in during the day. Hey goats. Hey guys, so if you're wondering about the duck with the injured bill, I'll give an update about her. She's been doing a lot better. The scarring on her bill made it a little bit pink, so I've been calling her Pinky, but she's been doing really good. She has a hole in her bill, but she's still been able to eat with all the other ducks and drink and everything just fine. And so far Mumbles hasn't picked on her, and she's been staying in the house at night with the rest of the ducks. They're all together now, so she's been doing a lot better, and hopefully she stays that way. All right, I think everybody's happy out here. We're gonna get back to work on the chicken tractor. All right, goats, is that good with you pigs? All right, all the animals are taken care of. Everybody got lunch and fresh water, and I switched the chickens from the pasture and put the ducks out onto the pasture. So we're all good, and we can get back to work on the chicken tractor. So I have the 2 pieces here that was left over from the original frames that I pulled apart. And once I got this all together, I saw that I'm gonna need a center support here on the front and a center support on the back. So once I put those in and cut them to length, I should have some board left over that I'll be able to cut into some more 45s and get some more bracing on the rest of these. I'm gonna need more for the bottoms, so I don't think I'm gonna get enough from these, and I'm gonna probably have to break into some wood that I have in the shed. I'm pretty sure I have all the wood and metal material I need to finish the chicken tractor. I'm just not sure if I have all the fasteners needed to put it all together. But I am trying to use all the wood from these original frame boards just to see how far it'll go before I break into any other wood. But so far all I have is those 2 longer pieces, and one of these shorter pieces I already have cut to a 45. And that's all I have left from the original boards that I started with. I also have this 2x4 that I already started, that I had to cut to finish my framework, so I can use this to go a little bit farther. And then all I have is a couple little cubes left that are going to go to firewood. So I'm making some progress on this, but I'm burning some daylight, and even with all my friends helping me, I don't think I'm going to finish before dark. Now that's a box. We got a box, but we're Puppy, you watching squat? Good boy. I think I made a pretty solid structure here. I added 45 supports to every single corner that I had. Every joint that you could put one, I added one. So we have a bunch of support around this thing. It's actually a pretty solid box here, but it's way lighter than my other chicken tractor for sure. I bought a roll of this wire. It's 1 inch by 2 inch holes here, and I'm going to be wrapping this around 3 sides of this tractor, probably the left, front, and right side of it, and then the back side I want to close off with a panel of metal, just in case there's a lot of wind or something they need to take cover from. They can actually go and get out of that. I was planning on putting a metal roof on as well, these 2 sections, and then putting an access panel on this end section here that I could then lift up and get into and do the food and water from this spot here. I can reach in and get down to the bottom just fine. This is 36 inches tall, and I've seen a lot of people make these where they're half that height, and I just don't like seeing the chicken squatted down in there. I know that they can stand up all the way, but they like to flap and run around a little bit and jump, so I want to give them a little bit more room to play in here. And all the wood was already there as scrap wood, so I'm just using it to its full potential to get the most out of the box. It's a little after 6 now, and you can see the sun's getting pretty low back there. Echo Pup's still keeping an eye on Squat. How's he doing, puppy? How's Squat doing? He's getting some sun? Oh, buddy? You moving around, checking out the grass? Good job. So I haven't done much measuring on this box at all, so I'm actually going to measure these sides, make sure I have enough of this wire fencing. I think I only bought 25 feet of it. So let's see how big my box actually is here. We're looking at 87 inches, so 3 inches over 7. So that's going to be 14.5 feet. And then the front gives me another 6, which brings me to 20. That'll be 21 feet to do both sides and the front with that mesh there. So that'll leave me 4 feet left over. And I don't mind having leftover. I'll find a use for that on another project. So I found a handful of washers that I can put on the ends of the screws and try and tighten down the wire mesh to the wood. I don't like using the staples because hammering the staples in really jostles a lot of the joints on the wood, and you really got to hit it hard. So I'm going to screw them in with the washers and just hook the wire mesh with that and try and get this wrapped around. These are always fun to open. Working out really well, holding it nice and tight, but I'm using way more screws and washers than I was expecting, so I need to go find more flat washers. I got the wire fencing wrapped all the way around the 3 sides, and then I have the roll still here. I'm going to grind it off right here so it wraps around the corner and connects, and then the wrapping will be behind the metal backing. I could go to the back half here, but there's really no reason to. I would rather have the whole back covered with metal to block the wind. There's a little bit of daylight left, so I'm gonna head up to the barn and see if I can find a piece of metal that's gonna fit this. It has to be 6'5" long, and then it has to be 36 inches tall. That's if I go horizontal. I might end up doing like 3 or 4 panels vertical instead of 1 piece horizontal. We'll see what pieces I have up there. It looks pretty cozy in there, right? I was able to find enough metal of the original barn roofing that we have, and it's the same metal that I used on my other chicken tractor. So we have some matching going on, which is a nice thing as well. And we have enough to go around the back and the top here. I'm gonna get this all attached, then grind off the extra here, and then I'll figure out what I need to do for the access lid. So I didn't do any planning for this chicken tractor. I barely even took any measurements. I just saw the old wood, figured I could make it into a chicken tractor looking something like this, and just got started. I don't always know how my plans are gonna turn out, but I can kind of get an idea, and then I just start working through it. I think it's turning out pretty well though. I did do a quick sketch just to keep myself on track. Go, go. We're not. Well, I'm out of time. I have to go close the barn up. The sun's already down and I didn't make any dinner yet. But I'm pretty happy with the progress that I made on the chicken tractor today. I got the wire mesh all the way around, got the metal backer wall, so it's actually fully enclosed. I could put the chickens in here if I wanted to, maybe as a day pen. But I do want to finish it off with a lid that I'll be able to access in and get the food and water. And then maybe even add something that'll be a rope or some anchor points that I'll be able to pick this up and drag it along. I think it should be light enough I don't have to put wheels on it, but we'll see once I get her all finished. Well, Echo and I have to go close up the barn, so if you enjoy watching, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go check on my pigs.